When she woke up, Suk-ryu saw her puffy eyes. Then she put on a face mask. And when she saw the photo of the milk that Sang-hyo stored, she remembered that today was the expiration date of the milk. And Suk-ryu felt that she had answered it at that time, so it was over. When she opened the window, Sang-hyo was shocked to see Suk-ryu wearing a mask and compared it to Shrek. Hearing that, Suk-ryu could not accept it and about to hit Sang-hyo. But then her mother called her and told her to eat. Sang-hyo's mother remembered the incident with her husband, that her husband asked for a divorce, because during their time, as husband and wife, they were rarely together and were only busy with their respective jobs. And in the morning, she met her husband and said that she would be assigned back to Africa. So, she asked for news when the divorce documents were ready. Sang-hyo joined breakfast with Suk-ryu's family. When her husband and children did not like Mrs. Misak's cooking, Sang-hyo did the opposite. He really liked Mrs. Misak's cooking and happy with the togetherness of the Suk-ryu family. When he saw the photo of the Suk-ryu family, he seemed jealous of them. Sang-hyo approached her when Suk-ryu was reading a French cookbook. But she didn't know the meaning. Then Sang-hyo interpreted the title of the name of the dish. Then Suk-ryu asked him to read the book for her. But it was too thick, so it would take a long time. Suk-ryu asked him to read it slowly, and then she recorded Sang-hyo's voice. Suk-ryu listened to him enthusiastically, and then Suk-ryu fell asleep. When Suk-ryu woke up, she saw Sang-hyo sleeping beside her. She saw a rainbow shadow on his neck and touched it. Then Sang-hyo woke up and Suk-ryu explained that she couldn't resist touching him when she saw the rainbow shadow. But Sang-hyo felt hot and planned to put up a canopy there. Then he left Suk-ryu.
신기하네.
When Sang-hyo wanted to go out, he hit the gate because Moim suddenly opened the door. Sang-hyo was very dizzy. Then Moim buys ice to compress Sang-hyo's head. Moim instead mocks Sang-hyo because she saw his face turning red at Suk-ryu's house. She is curious about what happened to them, but Sang-hyo ignores her. That's because Suk-ryu cried for a long time when saying goodbye to Hyun-jun. So Sang-hyo doesn't want to press her. It feels wrong to force her to answer. There are many things on her mind, so Sang-hyo doesn't want to make it worse. Hearing that, Moim then gives Sang-hyo a beer. And at that time, she saw Dan-ho passing by, and made her panic. Sang-hyo is confused to see Moim's strange behavior running to avoid Dan-ho.
애는 착해요.
Sang-hyo and his team discuss a request to build a building. A pianist wants to open a bookstore in the flower garden area in Taebaek, Gangwon Province. Then Sang-hyo has an idea to build a building that makes sound. They will use the wind to turn the building into an instrument. A bookstore specifically for pianists, and Sang-hyo asks one of his staff to buy him a flute. Nayeon is very happy when she sees Sang-hyo's eyes. He is a handsome crazy man obsessed with work. When Sang-hyo was about to leave, he got a call from his mother. She invited Sang-hyo to have dinner with his father too. Dan-ho saw his daughter who looked sad. Yeon-do felt upset when her friend said she didn't have a mother. Her father couldn't do much because of that. He picked up Yeon-do because her nanny still had a back injury. He was confused about getting a new nanny. Suddenly, Moim's mother came and offered to be her nanny. Then her mother asked Moim to look after her shop for a while, because she was going to take Yeon-do to eat ice cream. And Dan-ho suddenly shouted that he wanted to come along to buy ice cream. But Moim's mother convinced Dan-ho that she could take care of Yeon-do well. and the two of them were in one room and became awkward. Then Moim apologized about the other day, because she was just carried away by her feelings. She thought it was a kind of temporary madness. Then Dan Ho also apologized and felt wrong for not avoiding. Then they agreed that it was a shared mistake. Father, mother and also Sang-hyo enjoyed dinner together at a restaurant that Sang-hyo had ordered. And Sang-hyo felt very happy because they could eat together at the restaurant. Then his mother said that she was assigned back to Africa and it was quite long. Sang-hyo was a bit shocked and tried to cover it up by saying that he would visit his mother and would also invite his father. But his father said that they would divorce because their marriage had long been in disarray. They apologized to their son and hoped that Sang-hyo would understand. And Sang-hyo felt that it was their life, so there was no need to think about it. Then he said goodbye and left his father and mother. Suk-ryu got a call from Sang-hyo's cell phone. It turned out that Sang-hyo was drunk and Suk-ryu picked him up. The owner of the shop, who called Suk-ryu because Sang-hyo was very drunk. He looked restless and kept drinking, while his eyes were watery. Then the owner of the shop pressed the first number on his speed dial and it was Suk-ryu's number. Then Suk-ryu thanked her and tried to take Sang-hyo to leave. But it turned out that Sang-hyo hadn't paid, and when she saw her wallet in his pants pocket, then Suk-ryu paid for the drink. Suk-ryu felt very tired and sat Sang-hyo down. Suddenly Sang-hyo said he wouldn't go home. Then he told her that he had dinner with his parents. It was the first time since he graduated from college. Sang-hyo felt that Suk-ryu's family always ate together, but it was the hardest thing for him. He did it tonight, but they didn't finish their food. Sang-hyo felt very jealous because Suk-ryu had a family photo. While his family seemed to have everything, but in fact they had nothing. His parents were going to divorce, and he was afraid that day would come. Even though he was an adult, it still hurt. He knew that his father and mother had their own lives. However, rather than being happy apart, Sang-hyo still hopes that they will be happy together. Hearing that, Suk-ryu was speechless. Sang-hyo was shocked and confused. When he woke up, he was already in his office. Then Suk-ryu asked for transportation and medical expenses because she brought him from the food stall until her back was almost broken. And Sang-hyo was going to pay for it, but Suk-ryu wanted him to forget it. When she wanted to get water, Suk-ryu saw the milk in the refrigerator. Why did Sang-hyo still keep it even though it was expired? Sang-hyo said that he forgot to throw it away. He asked Suk-ryu if he acted stupidly when he was drunk. And Suk-ryu felt that Sang-hyo almost acted stupidly by telling his father and mother about his true feelings. Don't cry alone when his mother leaves first. Why is it so hard to say don't go? He kept urging Suk-ryu to lean on him, but Sang-hyo never leaned on Suk-ryu. And Sang-hyo felt that he had leaned on Suk-ryu when Suk-ryu carried him there. When Suk-ryu was looking for something, she heard Sang-hyo's mother's voice. It turned out that she said goodbye to Suk-ryu's mother and left cosmetics to be shared with her other friends. Suk-ryu saw and followed her when she was about to leave. Suk-ryu was sad to see her leaving. And she didn't feel worried because she knew that Suk-ryu would be fine. She always grateful that Suk-ryu took good care of Sang-hyo. Suddenly Suk-ryu said that Sang-hyo was sad. Sang-hyo had always waited for his mother since he was little. He was like a child playing hide and seek without end. He hid so that he couldn't be found. However, Suk-ryu felt that he waiting for his mother to find him. His mother found it difficult to meet Sang-hyo because he didn't come home for several days. Sang-hyo just took his clothes and left again. But tomorrow his mother will leave and Sang-hyo just acted flat. His mother promised to contact Sang-hyo often. But Sang-hyo felt it was unnecessary because when he was little, he always waited for news from his mother. Those were the days when he needed his mother, but now not anymore. Sang-hyo was surprised when he saw Seok-ryu already in his office in the morning. It turned out that Seok-ryu gave a photo to Sang-hyo. It was a photo of Sang-hyo with his father and mother when Sang-hyo was little. Sang-hyo was grateful because Seok-ryu gave the photo. Then Seok-ryu asked if Sang-hyo didn't want to take his mother to the airport. And at that time his father called and Sang-hyo seemed surprised.
네?
They were all at the police station because Mrs. Hae-suk was found at the terminal. They saw the hangar of the foreign ministry and then took it to the police station. When Sang-hyo called his mother, it turned out that her cell phone was in the suitcase. Then Sang-hyo tried to open the suitcase by finding the combination number of her suitcase. But Sang-hyo failed and then his father tried to open it. And it opened successfully. It turned out that it was their wedding date.
엄마 지금 어디 계실까요?
Then his father contacted his mother's friend who worked at the same ministry. He was shocked because her husband asked about his wife's whereabouts. He was confused because Hae-suk had retired from her job. He also said that Hae-suk had been acting strange lately. He gave her a bouquet of flowers to celebrate her retirement, but she felt like she hadn't retired. Even though her friend had previously said that she was no longer assigned. She clearly received it, but didn't remember it, as if it was the first time she heard it. Her husband was very shocked to hear that.
어디 아는 데 없습니까?
Her friends were very disappointed with Hae-suk because she left without saying goodbye. How could she just leave a gift and leave? Then Misak reassured them that she apologized and would contact them soon. And suddenly Seok-ryu and Sang-hyo came in confusion. Sang-hyo asked if they knew where his mother went. He asked them to find his mother. It turned out Hae-suk is in a temple. She sits there alone. She remembers the incident when she was in a state of forgetfulness. Then she looks for her cell phone in her bag but can't find it, and what she brought is the TV remote. She feels that because the size is the same, so it is easy to mix up. Then she remembers her suitcase that she didn't bring. She is also confused why she is in the temple now. Then she walks and wants to go home, but she slips and falls down. Sang-hyo, Seok-ryu and his father go to the temple to look for his mother because it is the temple she once visited with her friends. A woman tells them that she came alone and sat there. Then they look for her and Sang-hyo sees his mother's handwriting on a roof tile. It turns out that before going down, his mother wrote a request. The writing is, "Don't let her forget her husband and son." While walking, Seok-ryu asks Mr. Choi not to worry. She and Sang-hyo will search in restaurants, hotels and terminals. Then suddenly Sang-hyo sees his mother's shoes. He feels something happened to his mother. Then his father will go down himself because if there is an emergency, he is more prepared. While Sang-hyo and Seok-ryu go down through the hiking trail. His father promises to find his mother. Because he is in a hurry, Sang-hyo almost falls, then Seok-ryu offers to hold his hand.
이모한테 가자 우리.
Finally, Mr. Choi finds his unconscious wife. Then he puts on a jacket and his wife wakes up. She thanks him for finding her. When it's dark and alone, she wants to ask for help, but her cell phone is gone. Why doesn't his wife ever talk? Why did she lie when she was reassigned? It turns out she wants to protect her pride and doesn't want to be abandoned. Mr. Choi knows her wife doesn't love him anymore. But even so, he wants to survive even in her shadow. For years he watched his wife leave. But his wife felt, when she approached, her husband moved away. When his wife was in Africa, France, or at home, her husband missed her. Mrs. Haesuk was confused why they never said that. They hugged each other while crying. Then Sang-hyo and Suk-ryu came to see Mrs. Haesuk. His mother apologized for making Sang-hyo worry. And Sang-hyo felt very disappointed. They divorced and decided to leave without talking to him. Why didn't they care about his feelings? Every Christmas he begs Santa that he tries to be good. He asks to bring his mother back. Please let him eat with his father and mother. And now he is an adult, but like a fool, he still wants to eat with his father and mother. Hearing that, his father and mother apologize to Sang-hyo. Then Sang-hyo takes his mother home, because he still needs her. The son and mother hug while crying. His mother apologizes and says she loves Sang-hyo very much. His mother said that she will not leave him. At home Mr. Choi checks his wife's leg. He takes his wife for an X-ray and MRI too. He has heard about it and Sang-hyo doesn't know about it. Mr. Choi reassures his wife not to worry. Even though she is not well, her husband will stay by her side, in good times or bad, in health or in sickness. To love and cherish until death do us part. It turns out that her husband still remembers that oath. Because his wife still has difficulty walking, then her husband carries her. Suk-ryu is confused when Sang-hyo holds the flute. That's because Sang-hyo is making a model, so he analyzes its structure. Then Sang-hyo says he will leave tomorrow, so there is no one. He will go to Gangwon province for 2 weeks. It is an important project and he offers Suk-ryu to come along if she feels bored. But Suk-ryu feels that it will not happen and she says goodbye. Suk-ryu studies the cooking book and listens to the recording of Sang-hyo translating the book. When writing important things, suddenly the recording is no longer heard. It turns out that when Suk-ryu fell asleep, Sang-hyo said French and it's still recording at that time. Suk-ryu doesn't know what it means because Sang-hyo said it using French. Then Suk-ryu uses the application to know the meaning. And the meaning is, the milk expired today, but my feelings for you will not disappear tomorrow or after. Suk-ryu goes to Moim's house to look for the key and borrow her car. Moim is happy to hear that she will meet Sang-hyo. Sang-hyo is surprised to see Suk-ryu there. Suk-ryu says she is bored and Sang-hyo said earlier that she can come along. Without him, time passes slowly. Without him, comic books are not fun. Without him, the playground is quiet. Without him, every day becomes empty. Like soup without seasoning or dumplings without soy sauce. Without him, it's like not drinking banana milk after coming from the bath. So, she wants to know, does Sang-hyo want to drink banana milk with her? Sang-hyo feels ticklish because Suk-ryu is still thinking about food in a situation like that. Then Sang-hyo approaches her and kisses her. They are kissing sweetly in the middle of a flower garden.